Yo, what's up? So actually, from what I can see in a lot of like TCG videos is that a lot of people are showcasing the teams and stuff like that. And actually, it's a really good idea actually. And thing with TCG right now is that there's actually no real good character, and it's gonna be really hard for me to try to compile them in the tier list as you can see. That's why I removed something like B, C, or D because like they're all good. They're all good. None of them are really the best. They all have their own purposes. They're actually surprisingly well balanced, and yeah, I think all of them deserve some kind of spot around like the A and S's. So yeah, there's only three areas. There's only some things that kind of like edge out one another. I put silent question mark because clearly you can't play him yet. You have not reached the level needed. So yeah, this all comes from either me playing other people and seeing their experiences, or watching videos myself, or just me playing the characters themselves. So um, to give you like I'm gonna try to go from my most experience with them, like playing against them and me playing themselves, until just me watching them. And I think these are all the characters in TCG right now, unless I missed one. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss one. Um, but yeah, so so first and foremost, some of my most used characters. Actually, I don't even know what's my most used character. It's probably one of like Fischl or Bennett. So Fischl, in my opinion, Fischl is decent. She's not broken. She's not SS. I don't think. The main issue, quote unquote, is that her burst is pretty expensive for like the utility that she kind of provides. Her utility is mostly just electro application and stuff like that, right? Or giving in some reactions with ores. You could say that she could technically get 2 free energy charges already, and with a Mona card, she could get her full charge. Um, because her talent card tells her that she can use ores and use a normal attack to create lightning retribution or something like that, right? Like her talent. Um, yeah, I guess you could make the argument for that, but that ability is kind of weak, quote unquote. I mean, I'm not trying to diss it or something, but it's better to just like swap to another character and constantly do reactions with it, in my opinion. But I mean, yeah, Fischl is okay. It's just that her kit, together with like how much her energy costs, is gonna be a little bit annoying. So I think these few characters I probably use a lot is probably Bennett. Bennett. I think Bennett is honestly probably really good. That's all I have to say. It's fine. It's fine. Um, I the only problem for him is that he most of the time in games he demands of being the first character or second character to swap to, and he because just the main reason of his kit being able 2 energy charges and having a burst that once again heals and buff. The buffing aspect is really good. It's the same as one whole reaction buffing. So his main kit is probably buffing. His healing's not entirely really that good. I mean, clearly you got better buffers, like I mean, clearly you have better healers like Jean or Barbara, I guess. But his buffing aspect is just goes unmatched. And speaking of buffing, we also got Mona. I use Mona a little bit, and I'm not sure exactly where to put her. I'll put her a little bit on S. I could definitely see her being in SS. That's why I'll probably put in S first. Put her in a higher S, I guess. Um, she's a very flexible unit-ish. I do not know how to describe her. She fits in some teams very fantastically. Sometimes she's just like a sore thumb, just like randomly out there. But the teams that she likes to be in is teams where you could make her be on field and keep applying like hydro, and if you find a chance you quick swap to another character and quickly use an elemental reaction. Those are the teams that she strives in. That's why she most likely is gonna need somebody to keep her alive and you know, who knows? Maybe double Hydro Barbara team. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, maybe go. Actually, I do not know. But Mona capitalizes off of quick switching and catching the opponent off guard, and just swap to another character and just do an elemental reaction super fast. She's very flexible. That's all I'm gonna say. The main problem is, once again, her energy recharge is 3 points of it, and it's insane. The kit she uses, she doesn't even do that much damage, and the point is that you want to normally be on her so that you could swap, and then after that go and use a reaction as quick swap, but she doesn't really uses her, like, I do not know what to say. Like, it's very expensive, she doesn't do much damage, but the pure utility of being able to quick swap every time when you're on her is, I think, just more than enough to put her in S. Yeah, the next few characters I also have tried out and stuff like that. I'm not sure between Xingqiu or Xiangling. I might have to go with Xiangling first. Now, Xiangling's a weird character. I am edging between S and A. I don't want to diss, or I don't want to like put down Xiangling's a lot, but she is still one of the best pyro, what's that, pyro proxer or applier and stuff like that. She's really good at pyro applying, but in my opinion, she's a little too slow. Half the time when you're playing her, you want her burst to be up already, but because you're using Guoba, it's like you can't really defend yourself. I'm not gonna, like, it takes, like, you could put down a Guoba, you could use a normal attack and then try to quickly get a burst up, but the time that you do that, and you not being able to try to do much to the enemy. The worst part is that Guoba doesn't even act anything until the end of the round, leaving your Xiangling could be possibly wide open. So you must time turning into her at the right time and use her abilities. So I'm like, should you put A or S? I'll put her in lower A. She's okay. She I'll put it lower S, I think. She definitely, yeah, like, right now, one of the best pyro applier, I guess. But half the time, your Xiangling might be the first one to go in your team. I'm gonna be real. But even when she goes, she still offers a major utility pyronado, so you know that's that. So Xingqiu is a weird character. I want to put him low SS or high S, but for now I'm just thinking of how much teams you could fit in, and it's not that much. Like, you could kind of work around with like Ayaka or like Keqing, probably people that need like a normal attack, or like Chong Yun. Who else normal attacks a lot? I guess Sucrose, in a sense. I don't know. Actually no, Sucrose uses more of ability so that she could annoy them by like pushing them left and right. Yeah, I mean, he got some teams, but the teams that he's in could be kind of limiting because you need to proc his burst sometimes. The fact that he can also shield himself is also a very good utility for him. I'm gonna put him in low SS for now. His teams might change, and maybe people might find Xingqiu like not really the best Hydro applier, so Mona and Xingqiu could swap place maybe in the near future. That's what I'm expecting. Yeah, Xingqiu is decent so far, I think. Who have I played? I have played Yoimiya. I'm just gonna try to put her right now. For now, there's a lot of people saying she's the best card, right? Because once again, she's another really good pyro applier. She's actually pretty contested with Xiangling as best pyro applier right now, and she's a really good enabler for Xingqiu as well. Bye bye. Yeah, so Yoimiya is a really good enabler. She's also really good at doing damage. So I'm playing lower SS because there's a lot of hype around her right now, but we'll see in the future. My prediction, once again, she might drop, I guess, because I feel like her setup for like her carrying could be pretty slow. The mere fact that you have to use a skill for an entire turn could leave her out in the open as well. But normally you do that in the start of the round, but I don't know. But I'm playing SS right now because right now she's pretty strong-ish. I've not played Ganyu. Keqing. Keqing is also a pretty meta character so far. Where I put it her above, I'll probably put her above Xingqiu actually. Keqing, the mere fact is that she can quick swap. Well, kind of. Not quick swap, but she can when you use a move, right? You don't have to swap the Keqing and use a move. Use her skill or whatever. You just have to use her card after she put down lightning restoration. So just like she's kind of similar to the Mona, but then Mona it could be more flexible because she could be both teammates. But yeah, Keqing is just pretty good at finding the right moment to dash in. The only problem in her teams is that using her as a first character could be kind of costly. Like her utility is just to set up something so that she could do damage later. Whereas something like the first character like that is also demanded like Bennett, he could just charge up his burst and then there's constant healing, constant buffing, right? So just the mere fact like that, Keqing could be a little lower than Bennett, I feel, because Bennett has a larger reason to probably be the first picker you choose. So I think this is about most of the characters I played. Collei. Collei is okay. He's the only few Dendro applies right now. His kit is not bad, I say. His energy recharge is good. It's 2. It's only needing 2. His skill does damage, you know. You can create bloom, you could do a little buffing with aggravate. Yeah, I think Collei is decent, and also the fact that Dendro does not escape the opponent. I think Collei could be good. I'm not sure if it's above Mona or lower Mona. I'll play a little bit more lower than Mona. Mona have a little bit more flexibility in this case. But it really do depend on the team. Most of Collei's team right now is a little bit of Xingqiu, a bit of Catalyze. Yeah, she's never really inside Pyro team as much. But one team idea I have for Collei that involves burn is Ayaka, Collei, and probably a Pyro player like Bennett. So who knows? For Ayaka, I have played against some Ayakas. Do I think she's good? Yes, I think she's good. Is she above or lower than Yoimiya? I think she's higher because she's easy to play, definitely. She's easy to play. Once you use her down her burst, you kind of just do something to aid the burst, enable the burst, question mark, something like that. But it's she's just easy to play. She does a lot of damage. She can be fit into a lot of freeze teams, perma-freeze in TCG, so definitely really good character. I probably would put up with Xingqiu actually. Xingqiu shouldn't be this high. I'm just kidding. But okay. Yeah, there's no one in A yet. You can clearly see. So some other characters, Chong Yun. Chong Yun is pretty good. Above or lower than Mona, I think a bit higher. He definitely being able to help others to infuse cryo. There's a lot of possibility with him, and there's some instances which I saw that you could do 11 damage per normal attack, just with cryo infusion and together with like some other characters. Yeah, it could be nutty at times. The setup could be hard, but generally, like somebody could use their skill to apply a different element, and if caught off guard, they could just use the cryo infusion with Chong Yun here, and you just catch them off guard. Okay, we have not got through the two brothers yet because they're also starter characters. So let's start with Diluc. What do you say about Diluc? It's also a very easy character to play. So of course already be higher than Yoimiya. Yoimiya is somewhat hard already. It's also easier than Xingqiu. It's also probably easier than Ayaka. I'm gonna be real. He's a really easy character to play. You could pick him up. It's just simple. It's just simple. He's just a pure DPS on the field. He does so much damage. his burst is one of the few highest one-shot burst ever. So it's just very easy when his burst is up. It's gonna be hard for your opponent to kind of block it unless they have some kind of shield or healing them above 8 health. And make sure that you don't have any elements on you, which is gonna be pretty hard if you have something like Xingqiu already constantly applying Hydro to you. So yeah, Diluc could be a menace on the field, but to me it's just a little boring. Okay, that's my own take on it. It's a little boring. All he does is damage go boom boom, right? Okay, Sucrose is another starter character. She's very decent. I used her a lot at the start because just of swirl reaction, just annoying the opponent. You can keep on swirling if they do not switch. But I don't know, her utility, her burst is not that good. She's gonna be the first A character, I don't know. But the mere fact that because she's Anemo and she could keep like annoying the opponent by like changing their cards sometimes. Sometimes you could help your opponent, sometimes it could be bad for your opponent, who knows. Like Sucrose, like that's kind of like the mere utility. And also the fact that she can do quite a bit of damage with Sword as well, but the elemental reactions that she has it's okay. It's definitely pretty okay, but like in terms of just comparing to the other characters, she's not that good because of her burst. Her burst doesn't really swirl at all anyways. It just applies the element that it is infused with, which I feel like that sucks a lot actually in my opinion. But okay, she's okay. She's believe me when all of these characters I say they're about the same level. It's just how you play them. But Sucrose is definitely one of the harder characters to play. I actually have not figured her out yet. So here we got characters of the somewhat unknown territory to me. Okay, wait, Kaeya, I forgot to put Kaeya. Kaeya is low S or high S? It really depends. I think it's lower than Chong Yun. He's a good cryo player. Yeah, he's a good cryo player, but the setup is a bit longer, but it could be worth it definitely. So Kaeya will be leave there. Basically the plan is that Kaeya you could frame into like double pyro teams. So like whenever if one is affected by pyro, you could just swap and just do damage, right? You know, it's just simple enough. You could just do damage by swapping. And then if you get affected by cryo, you could just use the pyro characters to afflict them. So it's like he's a very flexible character. Like you could do any elemental reaction at your call. So very flexible. Do I think it's more flexible than Shonen? I do not know. Okay. So here, yeah, is the unknown territory to me. I've seen some Noelle gameplay. She's pretty good, I think. If used right, she could be quite a deadly menace as well. Do I think she's higher or lower than these cryo boys? I don't know. They're some of the best cryo players out there right now. Well, maybe they're other than Ayaka, I don't know. Noelle, she definitely could be a menace, but it depends on how you play her. I'm willing to put her high S because she is the only few people that can shoot you very well. And then maybe like I don't know, Diona, Ningguang also could create a lot of crystallize. But yeah, Noelle it's just she could shoot, she could do damage. Maybe the setup could be kinda hard, but definitely see possibilities together with like Bennett or somebody to just heal them. Definitely. Barbara? I could see her being quite useful. Do I think she's more useful than these few people? Maybe more useful than Xiangling, I think. She heals. That's all you need to know. She heals. And she heals a lot. So she could be really annoying sometimes. I'm waiting for people to do like a Barahim together with other healers, and speaking of other healers, with the Jean. Jean is a mix of like healer slash DPS, but she's also a pretty good Anemo applier. Unlike Sucrose here, I'm just kidding. No, no dissing, but I think Jean is better than Sucrose just by a little bit. Like Sucrose, yeah, she does damage with you know her burst and stuff, but Jean, the first start of her burst only heals her. Then it does continuous uneven damage later on, but the fact that she can heal at the same time and also keep swirling over time is pretty good in my opinion. Do I think she's good? Yeah, do I think she's above Fischl? No. I think Fischl is still a little bit of game to play here. Um, so we got these characters. Okay, Diona. Diona definitely see capabilities. Do I think she's S? She can heal, I guess. She can apply cryo, I guess. I mean, she can shield a little bit. Yeah, fine. I'll give her low S. She's okay. I don't think she's particularly that interesting. She does a bit of everything what everyone does. She does a bit of like Noelle, but she does a little bit of like Chong Yun and Kaeya in applying cryo. So like she's a mixed bag, jack of all trades, master of none. I think she's okay. Um, Ganyu, she's another contender to Ayaka's DPS trial capabilities. Do I actually think she's higher than Ayaka? Her setup could be lesser, depending on the dice. Depending on like the dice you get or the cards that lets you influence the dice, she could be kind of useful. Do I think she's higher than Ayaka? I don't know. Her setup could be annoying. The damage that she does could also be annoying. She's on par, I think. And once again, just like in real Genshin, they're just really comparable somehow. So they're both okay. Ayaka mostly have a lot of pure damage generally. Her setup could be longer. Ganyu kinda just goes in for the kill if like anyone is affected by any other elements as well. But she could be expensive in terms of the cards. You have to kinda build a team around her, whereas Ayaka you could just fit her in a lot of teams. So yeah, I guess Ayaka, they're both about the same level. Some goods and bads. So Ningguang and Razer, these two are okay. Razer is Razer does good damage with you, but it's not that much better. I'm gonna put in here. And Ningguang, she does good damage once again. The amount of crystal she do can be annoying. I have to put in low S as well. I don't leave Sucrose down alone. Yeah. I don't know why. Like I know this is bad Sucrose slander, but I just think she edges out a little bit worse. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but just the fact that her burst doesn't really swirl at a constant interval. I just don't like that. So alright, this is the tier list. I I could mess some people up here because some of them I have not much experience in. You know, I might have put Ningguang higher than what I want, what other people think. I might put Diona higher than what other people think. I might put Razer a little too lower than what people think. You know, who knows? But all these characters, I feel like they're about the same. Okay, it's just that some I feel edges out at one another. At the top part, you could see, you know, Bennett. It's not only just a healer, but also support, right? You know, all Keqing also a really good DPS, but also could fight off you as well. Diluc is just a pure DPS, you know. Ayaka flexibility, Ganyu also a little bit of flexibility and a lot of damage as well. Xingqiu flexibility, Yoimiya flexibility, and cheap. Yoimiya is a very cheap character, so yeah, I mean, you can see that the SS that there is something that they offer up. I feel, and yeah, I think that's about it. It's just